Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University.
Welcome to Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University online video session. Today we are going to discuss on MA Mass Communication and Journalism, and that is the subject. The subject is Basic English Part 1. Now again we are going to discuss the unit number 5, which is continuously as per the last session. We discuss the adjectives in last session, and now we are going to again discuss the types of adjectives, kinds of adjectives, and the examples as well as the whole topic in this session. Let us start it. Look, you can see over here we are going to discuss Basic English Part 1, and here we are going to discuss Unit 5 Adjectives Part 2, Types of Adjectives. Language skills for journalism, this is the main subject of your topic, and the types of adjectives deals with 3 to 4 kinds of adjectives, in which we had already discussed the types of adjectives in the previous session: the possessive adjectives, the demonstrative adjectives, the interrogative adjectives, and now onwards we are going to discuss the distributive adjective, the comparative adjective, the adjectives of quality, the adjectives of quantity, as well as we are going to discuss the definite and indefinite adjectives in the grammatical terms and categories. So let's discuss all these things right now. Look, before undertaking journalistic writing, one needs to understand and master the correct usage of language. This is the rule of journalism. One should be very cautious, one should be very active, one should be very much aware about usages of language, because they are writing for the journalistic purpose. Plenty of people, several people, multitudes of people are going to read, write and listen to these journalistic messages, and that is why they have to be very much cautious, very much alert while writing or while speaking or while publishing their data in the case of journalism. First of all, we are going to understand the definite and indefinite adjectives, because we had already discussed the meaning, the concept, the definition of the adjective, what is the meaning of the adjective, what's the definition, what is the actual functioning of the adjectives in the grammatical terms and in parts of speech, or wherever the adjectives are used in the sentences, the position of the adjectives. All these things are already discussed in part 1 of the same session. So right now we are going to focus on the types of adjectives basically, and it deals with the definite adjective first. Look, the definition and meaning, that which we are going to see. A definite number adjective states the exact number of persons or things. It means to say that when the adjective is utilized in the sentence before the noun, it must be clearly utilizing the perfect number of the noun or the perfect persons of the names, or the perfect things are taken in the noun, and then only the adjective is utilized as per the synchronization with the noun, as per the setting with the noun, in coherence with the noun. The adjectives deal with the definite number. They are known as definite adjectives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. These are the cardinal and ordinal numbers of adjectives, and they are utilized before the noun. As for example, the 6th day of his birth, the 9th month of her new job, the 10th year of her schooling, the 11th birthday of that little girl. In that way, all these adjectives are coming before the noun, and that noun is the day, the month, the year, whatever the noun could be. These adjectives, they, as usually as other adjectives do, they also come before the noun. Noun is followed afterwards, and there comes the adjective first. So this thing is basically known as definite adjective, because they are having the definite number to elaborate the noun, to implement something about the noun, to explore the noun. A cardinal number says, look how many, and ordinal noun, ordinal adjective for noun says that in what order. So there are two things you should be very much cautious about it. You must understand that the cardinal numbers are basically utilized with how many, and ordinal numbers are utilized with in what order. So ordinal are discussing first, second, third, fourth. Cardinals are utilizing 1, 2, 3, 4. Now again here there could be one very important thing that I want to show you over here. The cardinal numbers adjectives, they may be of two kinds. As for example, there can be the adjectives of countable nouns, as well as there can be the adjectives of uncountable nouns. So one must be very much clear when he or she is utilizing the adjectives. They have to see that whether the noun is the countable one or the noun is the uncountable one, and then they have to utilize the adjective as per the noun is taken. The adjective must be always in sync. It should be always in synchronization with the noun. It must be always having the settlement with the noun. It must be suiting the noun. This is the fundamental definition necessary to understand the adjectives. The definite adjectives have been underlined. Look, they have been presented over here in red fonts. And what is that? Two girls came first. Today is the first day of the conference. Sneha stood fifth in her class. Priya is one of the best teachers of the school. There are 7 days in the week. So almost all the adjectives, 2, first, fifth, 1, 7, all these adjectives are showing the numbers, they are showing the kinds, they are showing the how the people are taken, how much growth is taken, how much conference, which conference day is presented, how the data is presented in front of you. So all these things are related with the cardinal and ordinal number, and that is what is presented over here in this definite adjectives. Indefinite adjectives. Now, as we had already discussed the definite adjectives, we are supposed to discuss the indefinite adjectives. The name itself suggests us that indefinite adjectives are basically most, all, many, several, no, few, some, any. In a nutshell, it modifies nouns and pronouns. These are non-specific in nature. There is a saying that indefinite adjectives are non-specific. As for example, when you make a sentence, most of the students should attend the class. Most means what? Which number? How many numbers? How many students? Or who are the students going to attend the class? So basically, most is a blurred word. It is not about the clear specific thing, and that's why this adjective is known as indefinite adjective. These look similar to indefinite pronouns but function differently. Look, you can genuinely say that indefinite adjectives and indefinite pronouns are quite similar, but yet there are some differences in indefinite pronouns and indefinite adjectives, because how the difference works, we are going to discuss right now. Did you make enough coffee? Are you willing to go anywhere they send you? They called me several times, and this time I'll stay there forever and ever. So all these sentences are showing the indefinite adjectives. You can see that in the first sentence, did you make enough coffee? Enough is the word which is presented over here, and it is indicating the indefinite adjective. In the second sentence, anywhere is an indefinite adjective. In the third sentence, several times, and this time I'll stay there forever and ever. So several, ever, all these three are taken as indefinite adjectives. The definite adjectives deal with the specific number, like as for example, there are 7 days in the week. There isn't any 8th day. So naturally you know that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. There are 7 days in the week, and you say that 7 number with very much strong understanding and with very much strong confidence, because you know that there are only 7 days in the week. That's the cardinal adjective, which could be known as definite adjective also, because there won't be any more 8 days or there won't be any 6 days in the week, and you are quite sure. That's why they are the definite adjectives. Proper adjectives, definition and meaning. Now what kind of proper adjectives are, that we are going to discuss. Definition and meaning says that the proper adjective is a word that modifies nouns and pronouns, and it is formed from a proper noun. As for example, the Himalayan mountain range, it's a proper noun. The Delhi is the proper noun. The Bombay is the proper noun, and you are putting the same proper noun in an adjective form. It is the specific name used for any person, place or thing. As for example, I am from India, so I may be known as Indian. So the proper adjectives typically look like original proper nouns but have some sort of alternatives ending in order to make them adjectives. They are quite different, and that minute difference between those names and adjectives is known as proper adjective. Some common ones would be anything derived from a country or people or group. You can see the examples of proper adjectives, and you will be in a condition to understand the whole topic of proper adjectives, because they are specifically talking about the name, place or person, but with proper noun. How it happens, let us see. The proper adjectives are presented over here. Here there are hyphenated proper adjectives. In a nutshell, these proper adjectives are derived from proper nouns. Basically, as I told you, India is the proper noun, and Indian, that's the tag to me, so it's the proper adjective. The proper adjective act just like adjectives. They are also similar to adjectives, and they should be capitalized. Look, this is the first definition, and this is the most important factor, because no other adjectives were capitalized except this one. This is the only proper adjective which is capitalized, and that's why it is acting as just like adjectives, as well it acts like the proper noun. As for example, you can see over here, American, from America the noun, French, from France the noun, Polish, from Poland the noun, English speaking country, another proper adjective, the Great Himalayas, the proper adjective. The Chinese food, the proper adjective. The English parliament, the African people. All these are proper adjectives because they are showing the adjective with complete definition, with complete definiteness. They are definitely coming with a perfect, different, certain specific capitalized noun. That is why they are proper adjectives. Now we are going to discuss the adjectives of quality, the adjectives of quantity, and the adjectives of comparison. The adjectives of quality basically shows how the adjectives are presented. As for example, you know the adjectives of quality like good, better, best. Then the adjectives of feelings. Adjectives of quality shows the feelings of love, hate, hatred, affection. Adjectives of shapes and sizes, touch and origin, age and time, and opinions and material. All these adjectives are categorized under the big name of adjectives of quality because they are trying to show the quality of the noun. They genuinely come before the noun, and that is why they explore whatever the specific qualities are in noun. It is presented in the adjective in the initial stage of the sentence, in the beginning part of the sentence. Adjectives of quantity. Now let us discuss the adjectives of quantity. Quantity, the word itself says you that quantity is about the bulk. It is about the number of things, the number or numerical adjectives under the category of quantity. Certain common adjectives are any, some, little, double, sustainable, enough, and even there could be little, plenty or several, many, much, how much, almost. All these kinds of adjectives are also coming under the category of quantity because they discuss about the quantity of the nouns. Now the third adjective type, which is very important, that we are going to discuss right now, the adjectives of comparison. The positive degree, the comparative degree, and the superlative degree. All these three degrees are the parts and types of adjectives. They are known as adjectives of comparison because it may happen that in the positive degree and in the comparative degree there would be the comparison, or sometimes it may happen that the superlative degree and positive degree are compared and taken in the sentences. Rather, comparative degree is kept aside. So naturally the adjective of comparison is showing two things together and trying to compare both these things, both these people, both this ideology, both these kind of situation as well as whatever that comes under the category of comparison. So I think that you are clear about the adjectives of quality, adjectives of quantity, and the adjectives of comparison. Of course, we are not going to finish the task soon. We have to read the examples of adjectives of quality, adjectives of quantity, and adjectives of comparison. Let us discuss first of all what is the distributive adjective. Adjectives which are used to refer people or things individually among many are called distributive adjectives. The distributive adjectives are those which could be categorized for the people or things. These distributive adjectives are always followed by a singular noun and a singular verb. Look, the rule follows here. One has to follow the rule because the distributive kind of adjectives, they are always following the single noun and single pronoun. That you have to keep in mind, which is very much important. Each student is responsible for keeping the classroom clean. Look. Each student means every particular student. Then another one, I cannot tell you the secret either. I like neither of my bosses. Each of his friends is helpful. Each one of his friend, each one, actually one is dropped, but naturally we understand that each one of his friends is helpful. No one enjoys a fight. No one is interested in fight. So all these sentences where you can see the red fonts in the sentences, these are showing the distributive kind of adjectives. We have already discussed the adjectives of quality. Still it comes again. Let us see. Neha is a tall girl. Sunil is a generous person. This is a bitter medicine. Tommy is a loyal dog. Here the black fonts, the words in the black fonts, they show that these are the adjectives of quality. Tallness, generosity, bitterness, loyalty, all these are the adjectives of quality. Now let's discuss the adjectives of quantity. These are the adjectives of number or numerical adjectives. Common adjectives are any, some, little, double, sustainable, enough, etc. She eats a whole apple daily. I ate some rice today. There is no milk in the glass. All the students have passed the examination. We have enough time for practice. All these 5 sentences where you can see the fonts are red colors fonts, and the words are a whole, some, no, all, enough. All these words are the reflection of adjectives of quality. Adjectives of comparison. Positive degree, comparative degree and superlative degree. All these 3 degrees are taken to show the comparison between the adjectives. You can understand these comparison of adjectives with a view to sentences, and if you are able to understand the sentences, it is very much easy for you to understand the 3 degrees. Look, she is blank than her sister. Pretty, she is pretty, prettier and prettiest. So you have to understand she is prettier than her sister. Then another sentence. Mosma is a blank girl. Mosma is a nice girl. Then number 3. I am blank than you. I am younger than you. This is the blank book I have ever read. This is the most interesting book I have ever read. Take the blank of the 2 roots. Take the shorter, either short or shorter, shortest of 2 roots. The shortest of 2 roots. So basically here the examples are also over, and we discussed the adjectives of quantity, quality and the adjectives of almost distributive, definite and indefinite adjectives. So now there isn't anything left. Let me tell you one important thing. Before adjectives of quality, quantity and comparison, there are distributive adjectives which we had discussed. Before that we discussed the definite and indefinite adjectives and their definition, and finally we are going to end up our session right now. Wish you very good luck. God bless you.
स्वाध्यायः परमं